say it's really low.
Yeah.
Can you turn me up a little bit? Master volume.
Also, can you please have somebody run the timesheet over because we left it in there? Sorry.
Must be your job, Randy.
Yeah, we got it. Go.
Our next senior has been an important part of the Buccaneer program that helped capture the Sunshine State Conference tournament title in 2009, as well as the SSC regular season championship in 2010. He was named to the athletic directors list in the fall of 2011. Ladies and gentlemen, Edwin Jean. He is accompanied by his mother, Aini Jean, and his brother, Edson Jean.
I was trying to catch the 10-minute.
This senior came to Barry after transferring from Lenore-Rhine in 2009. He's played in 49 games throughout his career. As a freshman, he led the team in assists with 9 and scored a pair of game-winning goals. He tied the school record with 3 assists in a 5-0 win over St. Thomas on October 9th, 2009. A member of the 2009 Sunshine State Conference Tournament Championship team and the 2010 SSC Regular Season Championship team. Ladies and gentlemen, Randy Taylor. He is accompanied by his mother, Cindy Taylor.
That's the way you always say he's accompanied by first, and then you announce the player.
We always do the player first.
Our next senior is a 4-year letterman that has played in 71 games for the Buccaneers, ranking 8th all-time. He has scored 13 goals throughout his career and added 14 assists for a total of 40 points. He ranks 12th all-time in shots on goal, minutes played, and game-winning goals in program history. He's been named to the University Dean's List twice, a member of the 2009 Sunshine State Conference Tournament Championship team and the 2010 Sunshine State Conference Regular Season Championship squad. Ladies and gentlemen, Kendall Seeley. He is accompanied by his former teammate, Joao Garcia.
Can you all turn the speakers up? Because, they can't hear you out here at all.
It's perfectly loud in the stands. Give me the phone. Yeah, it's perfectly loud in the stands. I don't know what I can do to make it louder over there without making it too loud over here.
Okay.
This 4-year senior has played in 64 games. He recorded his first career goal in an overtime victory over Weber on September 13th, 2009 as a freshman. Last fall, he was named the Capital One Academic All-District team. He's been named to the Dean's List 6 times and is a member of the 2009 Sunshine State Conference Tournament Championship team and the 2010 SSC Regular Season Championship squad. Ladies and gentlemen, Houghton Kinsman. He is accompanied by his girlfriend, Kayla Nanu.
How is this Eckerd? Sure. How is this Eckerd?
All right.
4-3-1. That's not bad.
Our next senior is a 4-year letterman who played in 44 games for the Bucks in his career. He's been a versatile player with the ability to play defensively as well as in the midfield and forward when called upon. He scored his first career goal in a 3-0 victory over Florida Tech in the quarterfinal of the SSC tournament as a freshman. A member of the 2009 Sunshine State Conference Tournament champion and the 2010 SSC Conference Regular Season Championship teams. Ladies and gentlemen, Christian Yidios. He is accompanied by his father, Tufik Yidios, his sister, Yamil Yidios, and his high school coach and former Barry alumni, Pamela McDonald.
Pamela could probably still play for us and start.
Our next senior came to Barry in 2010 after transferring from Marshalltown Community College. His sophomore season, he started 14 of 18 games and was a part of the 2010 Sunshine State Conference championship team. He evolved into one of the premier midfielders in the nation, earning All-SSC First Team as a midfielder, Sunshine State Conference All-Tournament Team, Daktronics All-South Region Team, and Daktronics All-America Honorable Mention. He's also been named to the University Dean's List 3 times. Ladies and gentlemen, Guillermo Oliveira. He is accompanied by his former teammates Lucas Noboa, Joao Garcia, and Mark Anderson. Our next senior will go down as one of the most decorated Buccaneers in program history. A 3-year letterman, he's played in 57 games throughout his career. He currently ranks in the top 5 in 10 different categories, including third most in wins with 35, third in saves with 202, and second all-time with an 805 save percentage. As a freshman, he did not allow a goal throughout the SSC tournament en route to the Bucs championship, earning him all-tournament team honors. He's been named 2-time All-SSC First Team goalkeeper, 2-time Daktronics All-South Region, as well as 2010 NSCAA and 2011 Daktronics All-American. He's been named to the Barry Honors List throughout his career, a member of the 2009 SSC Tournament Championship Team and the 2010 Sunshine State Conference Regular Season Championship Squad. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Rodriguez. He is accompanied by his girlfriend, Carolina Pinheiro, former teammates Lucas Noboa, Mark Anderson, and friend Tamara Vukovic. Our final senior has been an anchor for the program throughout the past 4 years. He's played in 71 games throughout his career, including 69 starts, which ranks 5th on the all-time list. He's currently second all-time with 6,072 minutes played in his Buccaneer career. He is a 2-time Daktronics All-South Region selection, as well as 2010 Daktronics All-American. He is in his 4-year career, he's helped post 26 shutouts. He's been named to the Barry Honors List throughout his career. In 2011, he earned Capital One Academic All-District and was a member of the 2009 Sunshine State Conference Tournament Champions, as well as the 2010 SSC Conference Regular Season Championship teams. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Conkleton. He is accompanied by his parents, Andrew and Sylvia Conkleton, as well as his 2 nephews, William and Adam Newton. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2012 Barry Men's Soccer Senior Class.
So, following the Senior Day festivities, well handled by Sports Information, one of the Assistant Sports Information Directors, Jose Paez. We're back with you live here at Buccaneer Field here in Miami Shores, as the Bucs will get ready here in just a few moments. The men's soccer team, final match of the season, as they will play host to Eckerd, as the records at the moment as we speak. Barry coming in at 4-10-1, 1-6-1 in the conference. Of course, getting their lone victory against Florida Southern about a week and a half ago. They lost their last match 1-0 to Lynn. In fact, they lost on a goal that was scored late in the match against the Fighting Knights, while Eckerd coming in at 7-7-2, 4-3-1 in the conference. And looking over their records, particularly in the last 3, they've gone 0-2-1 in that stretch. Their final match against Florida Southern, their senior night, which was played on Tuesday, was a 0-0 draw, and then before that, a 2-1 loss in double overtime to Rollins, and a 5-2 loss to Palm Beach Atlantic in West Palm. And Eckerd trying to end their regular season on a strong note, and then that will try to propel them into postseason play, as they will participate in the Sunshine State Conference Tournament. While for the Buccaneers, Letty on the other side of the coin, of course, this will be it after tonight.
Yeah, and this is a nice game for the Bucks to get going with, to send off their seniors. They need to put something together and send them off well. The Bucks have been struggling an awful lot to score, so let's hope that maybe they can get on the board. Perhaps it may not be as fast as the women got on the board today.
Of course, it's been a struggle. Trying to look up the notes here for the Buccaneers as we're getting ready here in moments. Of course, goals have been hard to come by with this team. In fact, they only have 15 for the season. In fact, to put it into perspective, Letty, they have averaged literally about a goal per match.
Yep. And it's a pretty shocking thing for a team to deal with after really having, an overabundance of goals the last couple seasons, and, a couple of really tough injuries that start the season, and, the Bucks just couldn't bounce back. So I think as a coach, I would want to play this game, play it hard, play for the seniors, and have a good feeling going into the off season, and put this game behind you and start building from here. But this is tough. Eckerd, going forward, they're going to want to have a good game. They're going to want to make sure they don't get anyone hurt, as they're going to be playing in the conference championship tournament.
As we have the lineups here, we will try to get these set up for you in just moments here as the monitor is now reset. And if you're able to read that, I'll hand off the lineups here, and reading it off to Barry will be Letty herself who will handle it.
Okay, so starting in goal is Fred Perez. A forward, Connor Randell. Chris Sevieri is going to play defender. Lucas Rio Torto is going to be in the midfield. Joe Conkleton will play in the back. Chris Wilkinson will start in midfield. Patrick Dermola will start up front. The last defender is going to be Michael Dodds. Houghton Kinsman will play in the midfield. Kendall Seeley will play up front, and Eyal Schechter will play in the midfield. I'll give you the lineups as far as left, right, and center when they take the field.
And then for Eckerd, coming in at 7-7-2, their goalkeeper tonight will be Andrew Hoffer. And then we'll read off the forwards, which they will actually have 4, plus a couple of hybrids in midfield and forwards, but we'll read off the forwards first. One will be Turner Humphreys, number 2. The other one will be number 7, Matt Dolan. Number 9, Joe Swindell. Number 12, Nick Morowski. And then the 2 midfielder forward hybrids, number 4, Mark Lee, and number 20, Chris Moore. And then on the defense will be number 5, Dean Hobbs. Number 8, Matt Duffy. Number 14, Anthony Brenner. And number 23, Eduardo Juarez. And, of course, we'll read off the coaches for you in a moment. For Eckerd, they're head coached by Steve McGee, as he is concluding his 3rd season as head coach for the Eckerd Tritons, and for the Buccaneers, concluding his 14th season, or correction, concluding his 15th season as head coach, Steve McCrath.
Yeah, so again, a tough season for the Bucks. Unusual to not make the tournament. We were trying to decide how many straight years they've made the tournament. I can't remember. It's going to be at least 5. So again, a tough season. But again, you want to end it right here in this with the senior day and leave on a high point. Fred Perez is starting in goal, so it's been a little of sometimes Fred and sometimes Edwin John in the goal, so it's Fred Perez tonight. And we'll see again the lineups. Barry's going to be going from our left to right. And with whatever wind is left, it's still a little bit breezy, but certainly nothing like it was earlier in the day. All right. Looks like up front's going to be Randy Taylor. And I think Wilkinson will be up front. In the middle is Kinsman and Oliveira.
And
Seeley
the opening
will-
possession won by Eckerd. Go ahead.
Sorry, Seeley will play on the right midfield. Connor Randall will play the left midfield.
Possession won by Eckerd as we're 15 seconds in. Second half of our doubleheader underway following the Senior Day festivities. Bucks at 4-10-1, trying to end the regular season on a winning note, trying to look ahead to 2013.
Yeah, Rio Torto's going to play on the outside right. Back, Joe Conkleton will be on the left, and in the middle, it'll be Dodds, and I can't see that.
I mean, offside call on the Bucks.
I think
Go
that
ahead.
would be Sevieri in the middle.
That's right. Offside right after that ball hit off the head of Randall, trying to set up for either Seeley or Wilkinson, and also Taylor out there in the front as well.
Yeah, so that's a
This is
little
Eckerd.
bit of a different starting look, but again, the seniors are starting, which is, again, a tradition and also, you know, a classy move to let the seniors start on Senior Day.
Yep. Perez being one of them. Of course, of the 9 seniors that were honored, all 3 being the goalkeepers. Fred Perez in goal, Edwin Jean, who got a couple of starts, and of course Johnny Rodriguez, who was obviously not played this season due to injury.
Yeah, tough to play both starting goalies at, the same time there. So
Picked up by Dodds, slides it on over and unable to chase it down Lucas Riatorto.
So Rio Torto started the season in a midfield. Now he's looking at a right back, which is, not terribly unusual because you want somebody who can get forward and have offensive mindset there.
Whistle,
going
foul called
forward.
on the Bucks. Sorry, Letty.
That's all right. I think that was a late call, probably because it was a late foul, but I missed that one.
I don't know if they got on Rio Torto or Wilkinson. Might
Yeah.
be Rio Torto.
He looked the most upset at the call, so sometimes you might read it that way. I think you're right.
Oh, no, I'm fine. No, Letty, I got my chair. So handling the free kick, this will be Nick Morosky, sophomore from Kingwood, Texas.
So this is an
Take it
all
from
play.
the
Everyone
near
in the
side.
pool here. Not a very good ball.
Cleared out by Sevieri. Giving chase is Wilkinson, but back there on defense is Anthony Brenner. Picked off by the Bucks. Handling it Oliveira. Kicks it ahead. Trying to connect here with Wilkinson. And foul called on Wilkinson getting that cleat up, as you mentioned many times, Letty, and that's what they
Yep.
caught him for.
Yep, referee sees the bottom of your cleat. He's going to blow the whistle. Now, I like this, call it tight a little bit. Get things settled down.
Just gotta let at it. Really no pressure for the Bucks. Just try to get a win and end this season on a positive note. Sets it up here, and this is Nick Morosky, but breaking that one up and getting the ball here is Lucas Riatorto.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Dodds. He's just stuck in very nicely. Nice balance,
Yep, Oliveira will slide over the far side here to Conkleton. Cuts inside. Continues on, slides it over to the middle here to Taylor, slides it over to the near side here to Rio Torto. Passes over to the outside, over to Taylor, trying to give chase, can't get there, and it'll be kicked out. Tritons will throw in for the near sideline.
Right, so that's why Rio Torto's in there, in the back, is to give the Bucks that extra attacker coming forward.
Thrown in, pass back, kicked up. That was Chris Moore. And knocked out by the Tritons, I believe. So the Bucks will throw in. This will be Rio Torto who will throw in. So we're just past the 4-minute mark, early stages of this match. Second half of our Senior Day doubleheader. Kinsman will pass back to Dodds. Back over to Rio Torto. Gets around Morosky. Continues on. Knockdown, collision there between Rio Torto and Dean Hobbs. Rio Torto getting it back here. In a battle here with Morosky. Morosky takes it away. Oliveira trying to converge. Takes the ball away. Does.
Yeah, a
Moves
little bit.
towards the center of the field. Go ahead.
Sorry, a little bit too much dribble there. Rio Torto, he was going to lay it off, and then the defender stepped up, and he kind of got stuck on the ball there.
Oliveira kicks it ahead, trying to connect with Randell, the team leader in goals with 5.
Beautiful ball to the corner there.
Pass back, Conkleton kicks it ahead, trying to connect with Wilkinson, cleared out, goes right to Rio Torto. It was Matt Duffy who cleared it out. Tries to get it to Randell over his head, and goes past Anthony Brenner for the Tritons. Not touched, and I believe it'll be Eckerd throwing in from deep in their own zone.
Yeah, so when Eckerd is pushing forward, there's not a lot of space on the field and a lot of space for in back of the Eckerd defense. So the Bucks may look to go a little bit over the top here. Conversely, the Bucks are giving Eckerd quite a lot of space here and dropping back into it. And again, looking to keep everything in front of them.
Sevieri kicks it ahead and headed out, cleared by Eduardo Juarez.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shank.
Goes to Mark Lee. Connects here with Matt Dolan. Pass back to Lee. Kicking it ahead, no one there except for Conkleton. He'll collect and we'll see if he'll handle it. Yes. Tries to move ahead. Will wisely pass it to his goalkeeper, Fred Perez. Dribbled a few times. Still waiting. And we'll finally kick this one ahead. Wind's dying down a little bit, not as strong as what we saw in the women's contest earlier this afternoon. Player down, I believe that's Morosky. Yep, that will stop the clock.
Yeah, he...
As down on the ground, this is Nick Morosky, a sophomore from Kingwood, Texas, as we mentioned earlier.
He really got whacked in the knee there, so...
And quickly, Al Schechter in there. We'll check in
for Oliveira.
Most likely for... Yes, you're correct.
I'm wondering if Oliveira... if Oliveira's feeling all right, because he looked a little gimpy and he'd been sitting back a little bit, so it's possible he started the game, and now he's played as much as he can today.
Well, it won't be that much of a factor as it was earlier today. In fact, our highest winds were at 25, and the wind's now only at 14 miles an hour, gusting to a little more than 20. So
yeah,
it is manageable, and just makes for a gorgeous night for soccer.
I believe
for an even more gorgeous result. Bucks trying to win the closer here. Conkleton to Schechter. Back to Conkleton. Let's try to slide it over to Randell on the far side. Finds Taylor. Trying to get it to Kinsman. The flex off of him should go out into the Buccaneer bench, and Triton should get possession here, inbounding in front of Barry's bench. Thrown in. Handling it, Juarez. Passes it back to his teammate and goalkeeper, Andrew Hoffer, 6'4" senior from Naperville, Illinois. Goes right to Dodds. Schechter passes back to Rio Torto. Crosses the midfield stride, trying to get around Morosky. Continues on the advance. Slides it over the middle here to Taylor. Gets it back to Rio Torto. Moves left, moves right. Taken away by Matt Duffy. Passes it over to Joe Swindell. Over to Turner Humphreys. Gets it back to Swindell. Over on the far side with Conkleton on him. Back to Humphreys. Passes back. This is Lee. Kicks it ahead. This is Eckerd going up and punching it up and nearly getting past Perez. Getting ahead there was Matt Dolan.
I believe they called a foul.
Foul as well. Sophomore from Barnsley, England. But that will count as a shot on the header by Matt Dolan. Picked up by Perez. Goal kick upcoming.
Yes, everybody's still just kind of pressing, seeing how the game's going to open up here.
Headed up in the air by Hobbs for Eckerd. Picked up by Duffy. Kinsman will get it for the Bucks. Passes back to Rio Torto. Gets around Morosky. Seeley spins around. Picked off by Lee. Spins right back around, retreats a little bit, spins around trying to move forward, passes over to Moore on the near side. Pass back here to Duffy. Hobbs over to Juarez. Over to Humphreys with Conkelton on him. Back to Juarez. Passes along the side here to Brenner. Trying to connect here with Dolan. With Dodds on him, and taking it away is Randell. Spins around, passes it over to Conkelton. Over to the middle of the field, but it goes right to Morosky. Taken away, cleared out, and kicked away there by Kinsman.
Yeah, the Bucks are a little sloppy here, moving the ball out of the back. They're lucky they didn't pay the price on that last sort of floater across the middle.
This is Morosky on the move. Right there, Sevieri. Kicks it out of there, but goes right to Hobbs. Kicks it up. And
Look out.
Chase, and a collision there between Perez, and down on the ground it's a Triton.
It's a penalty kick.
And yep, that was in the box, so that will be a penalty kick coming up for the Eckerd Tritons. As Perez trying to go high up in the air to try to catch that ball, but knocked down the Triton, and the player he knocked down, that was Matt Dolan, and he knocked down, so it'll be Dolan if he gets up to his feet. Will in all likelihood take the penalty. No, actually, they're going to give that to Matt Duffy. So Matt Duffy will take the penalty kick for the Tritons, junior from Knaresborough, England. Total of 9 international players, a majority of them all from England. In fact, 8 of them from the United Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, he came out too late. I think it was kind of unnecessarily.
Duffy will put the left foot on the ball. Perez waiting. As the clock stopped here at 10:29, ball kicked and saved by Perez. Ball hit the post. Save made by Fred Perez. As it draws applause from the Buccaneer field crowd. Actually hit off his right hand, pressed it against the left post, and prevented that ball from getting past. And a nice save on the penalty kick by Fred Perez, the senior from Miami. Seeley to Schechter, quick shot, kicks it wide right for the sophomore out of Atlanta, Isle Schechter.
Yeah, Fred Perez, he got really good jump on the ball. The Eckerd player was appealing to the referee that he moved early, but you're allowed to move side to side. You just can't take a step toward the ball, and he just got a real good read on it and then was able to get a hand on it. And most goalkeepers will tell you if you can get a hand on it, you can save it. And he used his hand in the post and quickness, so the game stays 0-0.
Hoffer with a goal kick, trying to get it to Dolan. Ball up in the air, goes right to Perez. Now things settling down a little bit. Sevieri to Conkelton, taken away here almost by Swindell. Bucks get it back here. Conkelton over to Taylor, trying to spin around Swindell to try to get it back.
Yeah, these touches for the Bucks are a little bit off here. I don't know if they're feeling a little bit of pressure because they're playing in front of, friends and family here with Senior Day, but
Hurdles picked off by Schechter, trying to kick it across, but deflected by Hobbs, trying to set up Taylor. Randell gives chase. It's off of a Triton. Schechter kicks it ahead, trying to connect with Seeley. Alongside him, Chris Moore. Keeps it in. Nope, can't do it. Kicks it out, and the Tritons will throw in deep in their own zone.
I smelled it earlier.
Past here as we're approaching the 13th minute into this match. No score here. Tritons had a scoring opportunity earlier with Matt Duffy, but his shot was saved by Fred Perez. Sevieri over to Conkelton. Kicked out, and it'll be the Tritons throwing in.
yeah, Conkelton's having a little bit of trouble here. He and Rendell are not connecting yet. Rendell's just a little bit late on showing for the ball there, but But the Bucks are working it nicely, trying to work the ball forward. There's again an unfortunate touch there.
Pass back. This is Duffy trying to connect with Dolan, and foul going to be called. That'll be on Eckerd. They're going to get it on Matt Dolan.
Yeah, he had a huge handful of
Chris Sevieri's
jersey there.
Sevieri to Conkleton.
We need those tearaway jerseys.
Gets it over to Wilkinson. Schechter in the middle of the field, right on the left edge in the midfield circle. Kicks it ahead here to Seeley, trying to make that connection with Chris Moore chasing him. Gets to Seeley, right edge of the box. Finds Taylor. Spins, tries to get around one, tries to get around the second, trying to set it up, but no one home. Nearest one there, Randell. It's going to be headed out. Corner kick coming up here for the Bucks from the far side. Headed out by Anthony Brenner.
Yeah, that's a really good job by Seeley to get to that ball, because that was heading out to the end line.
So we're going to see Thomas Coombs checking in for Randy Taylor.
Number 14, Thomas Coombs.
It's going to be Wilkinson who will take the corner.
Let's see if, Coombs has had a lot of playing time this year.
Coombs going to be in the top. Wilkinson from the far corner. But Seeley in front of Hoffer. And caught, and as that ball kicked by Wilkinson went straight to Andrew Hoffer.
Yeah, it floated a little, and Hoffer at 6'6" is going to gobble those up.
Picked off, and here it comes, Thomas Coombs, but cutting right in front and kicking it out is Juarez.
Nice closing speed there from Juarez to close that down.
Or correction, that was Chris Moore. My mistake. It was Chris Moore who kicked it out. Rio Torto throws in. Gets it to, I believe that's Schechter. No, that's Coombs. Kicked out, and Moore kicks it out with Morosky right next to him. Bucks throw in. Rio Torto to Coombs. Back to Rio Torto. Spins. And a battle here with Moore. Right along the end line. Knocked down, and let's see. That should be a corner coming up. Yep. It'll be a corner this time from the near side. Once more, it'll be Wilkinson who will take it.
Yeah, this probably going to need to play this about the penalty spot in order to keep the Eckerd goalkeeper on his line.
Taking it Wilkinson. Seeley right in front of Hoffer. Line drive kick will go to Conkleton. Quick shot way high above the goal for the senior from Derbyshire, England.
That's a
Joe
really
Conkleton.
well taken shot. That's not easy. First time from the corner to crank one first time. Nice little set play there.
So goal kick coming up here for Eckerd. As we're approached the 1/3 mark of this first half, past the 15-minute mark. No score here early. In fact, 17 minutes in to be exact. Wilkinson. Back to Real Torto, trying to connect with Randell. Goes past him, and throw coming up here for Eckerd.
Yeah, that's a tough ball, and he had Kinsman in the middle for a little bit of a simpler pass. Maybe that should have been the first choice.
Knocked out by Eckerd. Bucks will throw in.
Yeah, pretty slow game here. Not a lot of possession here for either team.
Tripped up, picked up by the Tritons. This is Lee. Kicking it ahead here, trying to connect with Swindell. Kicked out. Bucks throw in deep from their own zone here.
Yeah, so Eckerd really pushing up in the back, keeping
Thrown in.
Yeah, shutting down the space, in the midfield.
I'm going to mention here, Bucks with only 15 goals this season. Eckerd with 24. And Andrew Hoffer coming into tonight's game with a 6-4-1 record, goals against average of 1.13. His counterpart, Fred Perez, 4-8-1 record, and a goals against average of 1.93. Goes right to Hoffer. Hoffer will slide it on over to Duffy. Back to Hoffer. And now telling all of his teammates to assemble at midfield. Kicks it ahead by Sevieri. Right there, Juarez. Couple of bucks there. Schechter and Wilkinson. Picked up by Coombs. Slides it over to Randell. Passes back over to Conkleton. Schechter to Coombs. Finds Randell. Trying to get around Lee. Picked up by Hobbs for a moment. Actually does get it over to Lee. Hobbs trying to connect here with Dolan. Finds Swindell. Goes right back to Dolan. Pass back here to Humphreys. Kicks it ahead. Right there is Rio Torto, who will kick it out of play. And it will be Eckerd throwing it.
So the throw-in for Eckerd, Buck's trying to...
Might have been, Madrasso. Yeah, I think it was Madrasso.
Yeah, so ball still in the midfield right here. Eckerd gets it, plays it out wide. Better possession here for Eckerd. As I say that, Houghton Kinsman.
Kinsman has it, and here come the Bucks. Coombs to his left, Seeley to his right. Back to Kinsman, trying to get around, but bounces off of his foot and goes well out of play.
He couldn't decide what to do, and Hoffer came out really well, very quickly, and shut down his space, and Kinsman just could not make up his mind what he was going to do, and I think he changed his mind, and it ended up a nice long touch out of bounds. But really nice job there between Kinsman and Coombs. And Kinsman, created that whole play by winning the ball in midfield.
Kicked up, and actually getting a foot on was Kinsman as he was knocked down. Picked up by the Bucks, though. Schechter back to Conkleton. Kicks it ahead. Wilkinson trying to slide it over to Randell. Randell is able to cut in between two Tritons. Kicks it, puts a foot on it, and saved by Hoffer. Bounces off of him. Coombs giving chase. Might have gotten a foot on the ball right when Hoffer was holding on to it. But in any event, it will be Eckerd ball, and possession will go to them.
Yeah. Protect the goalkeeper. They're very much like the American football quarterback, so they get a lot of extra attention and protection.
Yep.
My goalkeeper.
Football don't hit the guys with the red jerseys, and in soccer, in this case, don't hit the guys with the gold jerseys.
Yeah, don't hit the keeper.
Yes, they're precious commodities. Wilkinson finding Seeley. Here he is in open space. Kicks it in. Slide past the hands of Hoffer. Right behind him was Coombs, but went past him. But since it went through the hands and contact was made by Hoffer, we're going to have a corner kick coming up here for the Bucks.
Yeah, I think the Eckerd team needs to reassess how they're doing these goal kicks. That's almost 3 breakaways that have occurred off of a goal kick. So I think they're going to want to rethink that one. It's a really nice ball into Seeley, and Seeley did very good to get the ball to the far post.
And before the corner kick takes place, one of the officials calling over Isle Schechter.
Yeah, they're having a chat.
Both he and I think Juarez is the other, Eduardo Juarez.
Yeah.
In the case of Wilkinson, will take the corner from the far side. Seeley right in front of Hoffer, right in front of the goal line. Ball approaches, getting a foot on it, was dodged, but goes over the goal.
Yeah, so good series from the Bucks there. Springing, and this is all created because Eckerd is trying to push very far up in and compress the space and create offside. So everyone is standing within about 20 yards of the center line, and what's happening is the Bucks kind of sneak in and win a couple of these. They end up racing to the goal.
Hoffer kicks it. Ball being fought for in midfield, now over into the Triton zone. Picked up by Barry. Schechter to Randell. Gets around, loses his footing. No, the reason why he lost his footing is because he was hit down by a Triton. So that'll be possession awarded to Barry. Continues on here, trying to connect here with Seeley. Does. Nice spin move by Seeley.
Done. Yep.
Passes back to Rio Torto. Cuts inside. Moves ahead, trying to get around Morosky. Knocked down, trying to catch the player. And kind of a little shoving, they're going to get Lucas Rio Torto. And I wouldn't be surprised if a yellow is upcoming. Gives Schechter trying to defend here. Yeah, clock's going to stop here because right after he was knocked down, Rio Torto with his right foot tried to step on the player that knocked him down. And because of that, we're probably going to see a yellow card.
Yeah. He was trying to get up, and he just happened to get up right on top of the Eckerd player. You know, and he brought it on himself. There was no reason for that. There was no reason to continue that.
Yellow card happened, yep, not surprised.
Yeah,
because right after he was knocked down, granted, he did not make the initial contact, but out of frustration, after he was knocked down and a little bit of pushing and shoving, knocked him down, and then tried to step on him.
Yeah, the Eckerd players want...
And it was right in front of the
officials. They
officials,
want a red, so that's why they're all upset, is they wanted a red card, and they had a... They have a point, because that's an after the play, outside the flow of the game, you know, using his cleats. But again, he's frustrated, so he takes it out on this player. But there was no need to.
That might have been Duffy, if I'm not mistaken. Might have been he and Duffy. They were in that battle there. So the yellow card goes to Lucas Ritorto inside of the 24th minute.
I mean, it was just a needless foul, a needless card. You know, he took the ball in. It was a beautiful run, but he needs to dish the ball off. He's trying to beat that extra player, and so far he's lost it almost every time he's gone forward.
Spinning around is Humphreys, trying to get around Schechter. Picking up for a moment is Lee. Actually, Lee does have the ball. Gets around Kinsman, trying to get around Wilkinson. Picked up for a moment by Schechter. And foul, and they're going to call around Al Schechter.
Yeah, this is going to get ugly really, really fast if this referee doesn't take control here.
This is going to be a hard-fought contest, and we are only 25 minutes in.
Yeah, we already have bad feelings between a couple of pairs of players out here.
This is going to be Duffy who will take it, I believe. Ball approaches, gets to Dolan, heads around, getting a foot on it, I believe, was Swindell. After Dolan got a foot on it, goes to Hobbs, right there on the far corner. This is Humphreys trying to get around Randell, I believe. Knocked down, and should be a foul called on Eckerd because Humphreys trying to get position, I believe, just threw Randell to the ground.
Out of bounds, goal kick, horn.
As we'll see our first substitution, and that should be Patrick Dermola.
Yeah.
Checking in.
I think Wilkinson is probably coming out.
So we got foul.
Yeah, foul should be on Taylor Humphreys.
Yeah, down in the corner.
Yes. Or Turner Humphreys, excuse me. So now we're trying to sort everything out. Dermola checking in moments. My question will be, who's he going to check in for? Dermola, the freshman from Chelsea, England.
Yeah, there's a little confusion because the linesman actually indicated for a, the assistant referee indicated for a goal kick.
Having a conversation here with Eckerd's head coach, that being Coach McGee, Steve McGee to be exact, in his third season at the helm at Eckerd.
Yeah. So it was a little confusion.
We'll have to wait a little bit. Schecter's the one who's going to sub in for in just moments. As Perez will take the goal kick here, as calling for his teammates to assemble at midfield. Kicks it ahead. Kicked out.
Yeah, that's kind of one that the referee could let go and call call advantage and give the Bucks the goal kick, but he chose to enforce the foul, and it actually put the Bucks in a worse position. So the sub will have to wait a few seconds here.
So head picked up by Moore. Tries to slide it over. Picked off by Lucas Ritorto. Has Coombs in front. Tries to slide it on over to him, but just stopped as the ball will go straight to Chris Moore. Over to Morosky.
He's not used to playing that.
Pretty much emblematic of a 4-10-1 team. Coombs.
Yeah. I mean, he remembered the last time he made that run. He was trying to give the ball up, and kind of everybody else was watching him dribble. So it's a different game when you play from the back.
And at last, Dermola will now sub in. Will be in for Schechter.
Entering the game for the Buccaneers, number 12, Patrick Dermola.
So Wilkinson will probably step back into the midfield. So up front will be Dermola and Coombs, which is pretty much the starting lineup at the beginning of the year up front.
Yep. And those two players, respectively, both from England, still having 3 more years here at Barry University, both of them freshmen.
Yeah, so I mean, there is hope here for the Bucks. They need to solve some problems, my opinion.
Kinsman to Randell. Cuts, moves, shoots, and saved by Hoffer. Bounces off his hands. And it'll be a corner kick coming up here for the Buccaneers as Randell was close to getting his 6th goal of the season. The sophomore from Shreveport, Louisiana.
That was really impressive because he took about a 3-foot divot slide trying to cut back, and he stayed on his feet, and he had the balance to get the shot on the frame. And if not for a very good reaction save from Hoffer, that's his 6th goal of the season?
That's correct. Total 15 total goals for the Buccaneers this season. In stark contrast to last year, where basically one Mark Anderson had more goals in that one year than the entire team this year.
He had almost that many at halfway through the season last year.
Pretty much.
And that's a little bit of what it's like. Here's an opportunity. Coombs
getting a foot on it. Goes to the far corner, giving chase. I believe couldn't catch the number here. A little bit darker on the far side. Was that Sivieri? I believe so. Yes, it was Sivieri.
Coombs couldn't decide what he was going to do with the ball there. Originally, I think he was going to head it, but then it sort of hung up a little bit, and he decided he'd better volley it. But by that time, it was a little bit late, and he shanked it out wide. This is what happens this is why you get all this ticky-tack foul, is you've got these, 20 guys here within about 20 yards of each other. It's a lot of close quarters, and you get a lot of, a lot of whacking going on. And
Seeley kicked out by Moore. Bucks will throw in.
So that sort of familiarity, bringing contempt there, it's like there's just too many guys in the same area there.
Rio Torto to Seeley, connects here with Dermola, slides it on over to Kinsman, overran it, and might have injured his ankle a little bit as he's limping a little bit, trying to run it off. This is Dolan, passes to Swindell, spins around, passes it to Lee.
Yeah, very nice build-up from Eckerd there.
Lee kicks it ahead, and caught by Perez, and Dolan was trying to say that Dodds was holding on to him, but the officials do not make that call. Perez punts it away, trying to connect here with Coombs, but it will soar out of bounds over on the Barry side, and Tritons will throw in. Yeah,
really good build-up. I mean, Eckerd was not in a hurry. They held the ball. They dished it off. They let their numbers get forward, and then they cross it in. I agree with the referee that there's no foul there because Dodds gets the right to stand on the ground he's occupying, and so he would have had to lie down and allow that to happen.
This is Morosky taken away by Seeley. Foul called on Kendall Seeley.
Yeah, he kind of poked him from behind there, and like I said, there's two things. Show your cleats or poke somebody from behind there. You're gonna get called. Watch out here. I'm gonna float this one in. It'll stay away from Perez because of the wind.
Yeah, that should be Matt Duffy who's taking the free kick. Put the left foot on the ball. Ball soars towards the right side of the box. Headed up, I believe, by Dolan. Right there is Juarez, right alongside Perez, but goes out, and goal kick coming up here for the Bucks.
Yeah, Perez did really well to sort of block out the ball there until it went out of bounds, so he didn't go out, leave his goal. So about 13 13:40 left in the first half. There's a missed kick by Perez.
Picked up. This is Swindell. Pass back. This is Lee getting it over to Hobbs, trying to get around Kinsman. Pass back to Lee. Chasing it down. This is Brenner. Nice back touch there by Kinsman, but goes right back to Eckerd. This is Swindell. Back to Lee. Passes back to Duffy. Kicks it ahead, trying to connect with Dolan. Gets a head on it. Alongside there is Morosky. And I believe he did not keep it in play, because right when he got to that ball, I believe he stepped out on the end line, and a goal kick coming up here for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, it's just a bit too tall, which is saying something for Dolan, who's like 6'5" or so. So yeah, it floated up there, and he wasn't able to keep it in front of him. I was close. But yeah, he's a nice target to have up front.
Perez kicks it away. Over the head of Dermola. Kicked up by Juarez. Trying to get it to Humphreys, and out of play. Bucks will throw in front of the Eckerd bench.
Yeah, again, the Bucks are struggling a bit to hang on to possession through the midfield. They miss having Oliveira in there to really kind of get them in the transition from defense to offense.
Gets it to Wilkinson. Kicks it ahead. Connects with Seeley. Trying to get around Moore. Still on the advance. Right edge of the box. Moore takes it away, though. Kicks it upfield over the head of Swindell. Dodds will head it across here to Wilkerson. Over to Conkleton. Coombs makes the turn. Passes through Dermola. Inside the box. Tries to slide over to Coombs and picking it off as Brenner. Kicking it out of there. I believe that was Hobbs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a nice little 1-2 from Coombs and Dermola, and almost got back into Coombs. That was a nice little cheeky play there from Coombs to slip it across to Dermola. Just couldn't quite get through the mini legs in blue stockings in the box there.
Lee to Brenner. Passes to Juarez. Over to Duffy. Pass over to the near side here to Moore. Morosky right at midfield. With Coombs and Real Torto on him. Knocked out by Real Torto. Triton's to throw in. As I believe an Eckerd subs checking in. Yep, that'll be the case.
Yeah, when Rio Torto gets a little more time in the back there, he had the ability to go ahead and close down that play on the outside. I think he could have kept Moore from being able to do anything there, but he will learn when a double team comes over that gives him an opportunity to go in and step up and close down.
Nick Morosky out, and then checking in for him, this is freshman Tyler Allen, a local player up there, at least from St. Petersburg, where Eckerd is located. So Allen into the contest. Throwing it in Real Torto. Over to Wilkerson, back to Real Torto. We'll pass over to far side now to Conkleton as he's given chase. And will not keep it in play. Bucks turn it over. Tritons will throw in the Berry zone. Handling it, this is Brenner. Slides it over to the side here to Hobbs. Will pass it back to Juarez. Picked off by the Bucks. This is Wilkerson. Trying to connect with Randall. Actually has to spin around Juarez. Passes over to center of the field here to Kinsman. Over the near side here to Real Torto. Gets around Allen. Gets a knee on the ball. Knocked down. And a foul going to be called on Tyler Allen.
That's unfortunately a bit of payback. And I believe that should be a yellow card, as that was late.
But that will not be the case.
That's interesting. Okay.
It's a free kick. Real Torto. Kinsman back to Real Torto. Allen on him. Gets around him. Nice cut on the inside. Slides it over to Coombs. Trying to connect with Dermola. Right there. Hoffer gets the goal! Patrick Dermola slides it past Andrew Hoffer. And the Bucks score first as they lead it 1-0. The goal scored at 35-45. The freshman from Chelsea, England, puts the Bucks ahead first.
Yeah, that's fantastic ball from Rio Torto to bring the ball to the middle, and then Dermola timed his run really, really well. I believe that was Kinsman. Yeah, so
It'll be Coombs and Rio Torto credited for the assist.
Coombs with that beautiful, lovely first touch